Hello. Bruno, how's France? Did you collect any new bullet holes? I know how you love to be shot at. I'm teasing. I'm glad you're not damaged. Did you at least encounter an exotic temptress or two? Really? What was her name? What do you mean you don't remember? That's horrible. Of course, I'm famished. Are you buying? Then it's a date. Let's say Maximilian's in half an hour. Ciao. I'm not very happy, you know. It's not like I thought it would be.
I never promised it would be as exhilarating as your former trade, only that it would keep you out of jail and make it easier to sleep at night.
More wine?
You're the first female operative Unity has ever employed. The committee is old-fashioned. They need time to get used to the idea of a woman in this line of work.
I know all that, but at this rate I'll be a bloody grandmother before they give me a real assignment.
You can always go back to burglary and pickpocketing if you can't live without excitement.
Damn it, that's not what I'm saying. I just want to be challenged. I'm sick of wiretaps. I'm sick of eavesdropping on boring strangers who may or may not pose some trivial threat to international security because they forgot to declare a ham sandwich in Heathrow. I don't have the patience for it. It's not what I'm good at.
It's never fun paying one's dues, but we all have to endure a bit of frustration and tedium now and then. Builds character.
I think I've paid my bloody dues.
Is that what you think? God knows I loathe sermons, but I'll tell you right now that you'll never stop paying your dues. Not ever. I'm sorry you're not happy, but you might as well get used to it. Nobody owes you a damn thing.
You make it sound like I'm some spoiled child. I'm not asking to be coddled. I just want a chance to prove myself.
You're right. I know it's been hard for you, but I'm confident you'll get your chance. All the petty politics in the world won't hold you back.
They've done an outstanding job so far, haven't they?
You see? What did I tell you?
Probably just one of the committee members needing a babysitter on short notice.
Ye of little faith. I'll see you there.
Why don't we go together?
I've an errand to attend to first. You go on ahead.
Good afternoon, Miss Archer. They're expecting you in the briefing room.
Agent Archer, how thoughtful of you to join us. I hope we aren't inconveniencing you too awfully with matters of international security.
I'm sorry if I kept you waiting. It won't happen again.
I seem to recall hearing that before.
You'll not have to hear it again.
Let us hope not. Well, if it isn't the inimitable Agent Lowry.
Sorry I'm late, Smithy. You're looking dapper today.
Spare me the disingenuous flattery, old boy. It doesn't suit you.
I was being sincere. It was the one polite thing I could think to say.
You're still upset with me, aren't you? I assure you I have nothing against you personally. You've served us well for many years, but perhaps too many. I firmly believe it is in Unity's best interests that you retire from field operations, and I will continue to campaign to that end until you accept an administrative position.
I'm not upset with you, Smithy. I just don't like you. I do understand your concern, but just because you're too old for the field doesn't mean that I am. Until I'm declared unfit for duty, I will continue to prove it.
I retired voluntarily.
Of course you did.
Perhaps we should dispense with the pleasantries and get down to brass tacks.
Fine.
Lights, please. We lost another agent this afternoon, bringing the total to 7 operatives in 10 days. It is our firm belief that someone is systematically eliminating our undercover agents, which leads us to believe that the clandestine operations section has been compromised. It seems we have a traitor in our midst.
Do you suspect anyone?
We suspect everyone.
7 operatives. That's over half the active list. Why weren't we informed sooner?
You're being informed now. This situation has unfolded rather abruptly.
The assassin left a lily, a regal finale to be precise, on or near the corpse of each victim. Mean anything to either of you?
Volkov.
Who?
Dmitri Volkov. The regal finale is his calling card.
The name's familiar. What do we know about him?
He's a right bastard.
Anything more specific?
Just what's in his file. Born in Kamchatka in 1921. Distinguished himself as an academic prodigy and master chess player by the age of 8, by which time he'd also earned notoriety for refining various torture techniques on neighbors' pets. It seems he joined the NKVD in 37 and served as some sort of disciplinarian in a gulag near Kiev. His whereabouts during the war are unknown except for a brief mention in 43 when he was spotted by an OSS officer at Leningrad interrogating prisoners of war who would later disappear without a trace.
Ah, yes, I remember this fellow. We've had dealings with him before.
Sometime after the war, he emerged again, this time in the employ of Smersh. He's personally credited with well over 1,000 executions, spies and Soviet dissidents for the most part. In 61, a failed assassination attempt left him without an eye. He was shot in the face at close range by one of our finest agents.
You flatter me, but I shouldn't have missed.
He escaped by throwing himself off a 70-foot cliff into an icy river. It was presumed that he survived, as no body was ever recovered. In fact, rumor has it, he's currently working for an organization calling itself HARM as Director of Executive Action. I don't have to tell you what that means.
What do we know about harm?
Unfortunately, there's very little about them in our files.
Well, despite the obvious risks, we still have a job to do. In this case, a very important one.
Wet work.
Precisely. And after this recent catastrophe, the two of you are our only available assets.
To be perfectly frank, Agent Archer, you're only getting this assignment because we've no other choice. Matters of such delicacy aren't really the sort of thing we would usually entrust to a woman. Emotional inconstancy and assassination do not make especially good bedfellows, if you take my meaning.
I'll try to surpass your expectations.
Considering that I expect you to fail miserably, you shouldn't have to try very hard.
Enough of this. Time is of the essence. Stop by the toy shop before you go. There's some new gizmos you might find useful. Don't dally too long, though. Your flight leaves at 6 p.m.
Where are we going?
Morocco. Agent Archer, what does HARM stand for?
I haven't figured that out yet.
See if you can't find out. And be careful, both of you.
We strongly advise that you go through the training course before embarking on your first mission. There are many nuances and features you may overlook otherwise. If you prefer to skip training, just head to the exit.
Welcome to Basic Field Tactics. This course comprises several areas, each with its own lesson. You must complete each lesson in order to proceed. Now step up to the active station designated by the flashing light. Your crosshair will change to indicate an item that can be activated. All right, now open the door to the next area. Bystanders will often speak to you if you activate them. Sometimes they will share useful information. Sometimes they just want to chat. Be sure to conceal any obvious weapon or they'll be too distressed to talk. Try activating Leon.
Well done.
All right, now open the door to the next area. If you want to skip a cutscene, simply press the space bar. Congratulations! You've completed the basic field tactics course. You should now continue to the advanced field tactics area, where you will receive specific instruction for your upcoming mission. Note that new simulations will be prepared for you before each mission.
We strongly advise that you go through the training course before embarking on your first mission. There are many nuances and features you may overlook otherwise. If you prefer to skip training, just head to the exit.
Welcome to Basic Field Tactics. This course comprises several areas, each with its own lesson. You must complete each lesson in order to proceed. Now step up to the active station designated by the flashing light. Your crosshair will change to indicate an item that can be activated. All right, now open the door to the next area. Bystanders will...
Well done.
All right, now open the door. If you... Congratulations! You've completed the Basic Field Tactics course. You should now continue to the Advanced Field Tactics area, where you will receive specific instruction for your upcoming mission. Note that new simulations will be prepared for you before each mission.
So, do you think the CT-180 will get a decent field rating?
I wouldn't get my hopes up if I were you. Have you seen the commission form for that thing? They want everything that the TR-60 and TR-61 can do, all in one device. But, hand me that atomic retroscopic analyzer thingy, will you? But they don't understand that Clancy's team was killing themselves just to get the TR-60 up to spec. And that was back when they had twice as many designers with 4 times the development time. Not only that, but the TR-60 was designed as an infiltration device, and the CT-180 is meant for emergency extractions.
So have you heard what Carrington's team is working on?
Yeah, an ultra-quiet vacuum cleaner.
If that thing's really supposed to be some big secret, why the hell do they keep talking about it in the Unity newsletter?
Welcome to Advanced Field Tactics. Keep an eye out for ammunition boxes. Each can contain various ammunition types. Once the box is empty, it will disappear. You won't have the opportunity to heal while on a mission, so you'll need to rely on body armor to protect yourself from damage. Be warned that certain types of damage will ignore armor completely though, such as that sustained from falling or running out of oxygen. Alright, now open the door to the next area. While on a mission, always keep an eye out for miscellaneous intelligence items that might be of benefit to us. Here are some of the items you should look for. The more you recover, the better your mission rating will be. Pick up these intelligence items to proceed. All right, now open the door to the next area. You may occasionally be called upon to arm or disarm explosive devices. Simply activate the device to enable or disable it as necessary. Disarm these mock explosives in order to proceed. All right, now open the door to the next area. It's often advisable to move as quietly as possible to avoid detection. The faster you move, the louder your footsteps will be. It is therefore advisable to walk or move in a crouch when you're trying to be discreet.
Well done.
The volume of your footsteps can be modified by the material upon which you're moving. Be careful of tile, metal, and other hard surfaces. Whenever possible, favor carpet or turf. All right, now open the door to the next area.
Wow, you're pretty light-footed.
If you're not sure what to expect around a corner, it is generally safe to step out for a moment to see what's up ahead. As long as you duck back quickly, you probably won't be spotted. Of course, the closer you are to an enemy, the more likely it is that you'll be seen, so listen for footsteps or conversation before leaving cover.
Can't you do any better than that?
Step behind the yellow line to reset the simulation. Excellent. Proceed to the next course. Use your flashlight to find your way to the door. Your flashlight is an effective tool, but it can also give away your position. Try not to let enemies see the beam.
If you want to skip training, I won't stop you, but don't expect any sympathy from me if you run into trouble out there.
Kate, how are you? Smithy wants me to run you through a basic firearms refresher course. Because it's a revolver, it can't be adequately silenced, but its simple design accommodates a wider range of ammunition types than most automatic pistols can reliably handle. Arms P-38 9mm pistol is a rugged little automatic that was favored by Allied commanders during World War II. It features a 10-round magazine and can be fitted with a silencer. Carbine is the world's only truly silent firearm. Of course, silent is a relative term when it comes to guns, but the Hampton's muzzle noise is little more than a stifled cough. It fires a .45 caliber automatic Colt pistol cartridge, making it less lethal than most rifles, but it compensates in subtlety what it lacks in punch. Some things to note about firearms. If the dynamic crosshair option is enabled in the menu, you can gauge your accuracy by the relative size of your crosshair. The larger it is, the worse your aim will be. The next function key is very important. With it, you can cycle through the available ammunition types for a given weapon. More importantly, it cycles through a gadget's various functions. For example, it allows you to toggle between the Berette's lockpick and weapon modes. Learn to monitor your ammunition. Reload your weapon between firefights to make sure you don't run empty at inopportune moments. You can shoot through certain walls and objects. Of course, doing so may affect the accuracy, range, and velocity of the shot, but it's sometimes preferable to dispatch an enemy before he sees you. Keep an eye out for these materials. careful not to injure civilians. If you kill an innocent bystander, you will fail your mission. You will also fail if 3 or more bystanders are slain by enemy fire. If you're ever in doubt, look at your crosshair. It will change to indicate the person you're targeting is friendly. Use the holster weapon key to conceal your weapon rapidly. If your weapon is already holstered, hitting this key will draw the last weapon you had out. Let's talk about your beret. In its default mode, it can be used as a lockpick, ideal for bypassing certain keyed padlocks. Of course, the more complicated the mechanism, the longer it will take to pick. Note that the beret only works on padlocks with keyholes. Can also be used as a weapon by hitting the next function key. When you slash an adversary, the pressure on the blade releases a small amount of toxin into his bloodstream. Quite deadly. change can come in very handy when you need to distract someone. Practice tossing this coin to divert the guard's attention. Try not to throw it off any high ledges. A judicious agent doesn't leave corpses lying about, as they tend to arouse suspicion. Judging by your slight frame, you won't have much luck hauling bodies away, so we've come up with this special body-removing powder just for you. Sprinkle a bit of it on dead tissue and voila! The cadaver will vaporize almost instantly.
Hello?
Guess it's nothing.
Hello?
Oh well.
Is anyone there?
Oh, I really got to lay off the whiskey, I suppose. All ready to go, eh? Well, have a safe mission and come back in one piece.
Intelligence has discovered that the American ambassador to West Germany, Morris Monroe, is marked for execution by an organization calling itself HARM, or HARM. The assassination attempt is expected to come on the last day of Monroe's upcoming holiday in Morocco, as he is leaving his hotel. There will likely be multiple assailants. It is imperative that Monroe survive the attack. Be warned, though, that the ambassador is extremely nearsighted and almost deaf, so you won't be able to rely on him to realize that he is in danger. You will be positioned in a residential building across the street from the hotel. Your job is to pick off the assassins before they liquidate Monroe.
So, are you enjoying yourself yet?
Immensely.
Sure you're not bored?
I've waited nearly 4 years for this chance. I think I can endure another half hour.
Good girl. You're growing up.
What do you make of all that talk of a traitor?
It wouldn't be the first time we've had leaky plumbing. Still, it's disquieting to say the least.
It's happened before.
Once, a few years ago, we lost several undercover operatives in Istanbul. Turned out they'd been compromised by their chief's very own administrative assistant. He'd sold us out for a measly 50 quid.
50 quid?
Astonishing, isn't it? trading men's lives for such a pittance. But spies are rarely well compensated for their treason. I wouldn't be surprised if this new mole is equally underpaid.
Well, I hope when they catch the bastard, they put a bullet right between his eyes, and maybe a boot up his arse for good measure.
You sound ready to volunteer.
I'm dangerous when I'm upset.
That's why you're always in trouble. All right. Monroe's headed for the cafe. Watch for him on the second floor patio, coming from the left.
What about the targets?
Not sure yet.
Pardon me, do you have the time?
No, sir, I do not have a dime, and I don't have much use for beggars.
Not a dime, the time.
Don't get snippy with me, or I'll have you arrested.
Are you deaf?
How dare you threaten me?
Oh, never mind.
Coward!
Would you like me to call out the targets for you?
I can handle this on my own, thank you.